Hi there, it's Jen Tinline, and I'm live. I got a little echo. Hold on, I'm going to try and fix that. I think that should fix it. Um, welcome. I am live on Friday, June 16th. If you're there, please let me know. And if you are watching the replay, please let me know. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 20 years, and every Friday I go live. Pretty much every Friday. I wasn't live last Friday, and I do make a card from start to finish. So this was not last week, because last week I wasn't live because I was at a demonstrator event. So this was the card I made 2 weeks ago. And what I do is, there it is there, it's super cutie. You can see her little sparkly skirt. So I'll put a link into the comments after to show you um, where this card was so you can find it and see how I made it. So what I do is I go live and I make a card, and then I do a draw for the card. So in order to get on the draw, all you have to do is like, comment, or share my videos, and then you'll get in on the next week's draw. So I have it all set up here for a draw for the people that were joining me 2 weeks ago for that card. So hold on a second, and I'm going to jump to that page, and I'm just going to get a pen out here, and I'm going to do the draw. So here we go. So anyone who liked, commented, or shared, and you're Canadian and not a demonstrator, then you can win. And so this is Robin, and Robin totally qualifies. So congratulations, Robin. You won this from the June 2nd live. So I'm going to get that mailed out to you, Robin. And did I actually share the screen? I'm hoping I did. I don't think I shared the screen. Okay, so see, 1 week off and I don't know what I'm doing. So let me just share the screen. And I already did the draw. You can see here, here's the winner. So sorry about that, that you didn't get to see that live, but there we go. That was the draw. And so Robin wins. And I will go back here to the card for a second so you can see in case I wasn't sharing then. So there's this cute little card I made. And I did some little decorations on the skirt, and she's super cute. So Robin, if you're watching live or replay, you won that card. So congratulations, and thank you for commenting, Robin. So Nicole says, no, it didn't share. Yes, I realize I made a boo-boo there, but anyways, I still did the draw, and it's all working. So Nicole says it was a cute card. Thanks so much, Nicole. Okay, so I want to get to today's live. Now, first thing, let me just pop this in here. And you may be wondering why I'm not doing the catalog kickoff party, because that was my plan today, was to do that. But I've moved it to next Friday. So starting at this time, 3 p.m. Eastern. And the reason I moved it is only because I was expecting a box of products to arrive that I was going to play with and show you stuff. I was hoping it'd be back when I would be here when I got back, but it is in fact delayed and only arriving on Monday. So I thought rather than just show you the few things that I have already, I thought I'm going to wait. And then I'll have even more stuff to show you guys. So, and if you don't know what this is, basically there's a Facebook group set up for this, and I'm going to just be talking about the new catalog. I've got some games that go along with it, and I'm going to be showing some product demonstrations and just ideas about this catalog. So it's really fun. It's free as long as you're Canadian and not a demonstrator. You can join my party. I will put a link in here as well. And Nicole says I'm gonna have to join late next week because of work, and that's no problem. You can actually join anytime. It's better if you join now, just so you make sure you get join the group now, so you get in on anything that I'm going to talk about. But then whenever during that day that you are free, because I don't expect people to sit there for 6 hours, that obviously you've got lives, right? So yes, so whenever you're free next weekend, you can just jump in and have a look at the party. There are very few things that are timed. I'm doing that on purpose this time so that you do in fact have the whole weekend to go back and check things out, okay? And sometimes it'll just be a quick little scroll and you can see all the stuff. There might be a couple of videos you want to watch too. So if you've got any questions about that, just holler and I'm happy to answer, but I'll put all those links in after I'm done my live today. Okay, so enough of me. Let's jump over to the crafting part. Nicole said, it will be fun. It sure is. I love doing these parties. They're so much fun. I actually had planned on doing them with several of my teammates, and I thought actually that would help with any of the products I was lacking. But they've all decided to do a smaller thing. So I'm on my own, which is fine, but it does mean that I need a few more products than I planned on. So okay, so I'm going to use today this stamp set here. It's from the catalog. It's called Inked and Tiled, and it is my favorite stamp set out of the catalog. I always say this is one of my favorites because they often, whatever I'm showing you is usually a favorite of mine, but this is hands down my favorite. Inked and Tiled. I don't know why. We all have different styles and whatever, but this style I just love. I do love the fact that it's got some greetings in there as well as some images, and I just love the images because you can stamp these images straight, do nothing extra to them, which is what I'm going to do today, or you could actually use markers and color these images and create multicolors. So I plan on doing that next. In fact, I'm planning on doing that for the party, so you'll see that in the party next week too. Okay, so what I've got here is some beautiful paper. This paper here is, I'm going to just leave this stamp set out so you can see it while I'm talking about this. This is paper is, let me show you, I've got the whole package here. I feel like I might have shown this to you already, but if I haven't, then I gotta show you. And there's all these little wee bits here that I'm gonna just kind of dump because you can see I've already been using it a lot. It is called, I'm just gonna find the little cardboard here that says what it's called. Here we go. It is the Inked Botanicals paper. It's 6x6 and it is absolutely stunning, and obviously it matches the style of that stamp set, but look how fun that is on the other side of plaid. So it's got kind of a, you know, vintagey kind of look to it. So, and of course you get 4 in every package. So there's this, and the colors are Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, and Pool Party. So that's the Lost Lagoon and Pool Party together. So awesome. So I'm just going to flip through here because I've got duplicates of stuff, and I've already used some of them. That's so pretty. The flowers, gorgeous. Like every single piece of this paper I love. And that doesn't always happen, that you love every piece. There's all the colors together. So pretty. Okay, let's get down here. Just making sure I've got showing you every one. This one's so pretty. This is on the sample that I made, that I'm going to make today, but I have another sample where I use this piece, so I'll show you both. And then nice pieces on the back. Okay, so did I get it all? I don't know if I did. Oh, there's another one. Very nice. Okay, so let me just move all of that over to the side. So, and the Designer Series paper is on sale this month. 15% off pretty much every paper in the main catalog. Not the specialty ones, but all these regular ones. So I'll put a link to that flyer too, but 15% off. So if you like papers like me, I find it hard to design a card without a piece of paper, actually, a piece of Designer Series paper. Of course, without paper, you need paper, cardstock. So I have here a piece of Pool Party cardstock, and it is cut at, let me just make sure I got my right measurements, 7.5 by 5.5. So it's a little different than your normal size. And I'm going to pull in my paper trimmer, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4, which would be a normal scoring. So with this paper trimmer from Stampin' Up, you've got a lighter colored blade and a darker colored blade. We're going to want the lighter one to do scoring, so I just kick that one up, and there's a spot right there where it can sit out of the way, and then I'm going to pull this in at 4 1/4 and score. Okay, I got to go back and forth a couple times and move that cutter out of the way. Okay, and then you can see my score line here, and I'm going to fold like that. I'm going to get a bone folder. Even though I've scored it, I like a bone folder to give it nice and crisp and laying flat. And then with all that Designer Series paper, I think I actually took away the piece I was going to use. Let me see if I can find it again. Oh, I think it's here, right here. So this pretty piece here. So I'm going to start by using my Pool Party on the Pool Party cardstock. And I've got this flower here from the stamp set. Hello to Rita. Nicole says she likes that size. It is nice. And wait till you see what I do with it. It's going to be a fun little closure that I do with this. So I'm just stamping some of these flowers here along the edge. And then this paper has kind of a white inside it. So I thought I'm going to grab my white. Just going to close the pool party up. And people always ask me, why do you close it up right away? It's not because it's going to dry out, because it could sit here for an hour or two while I'm working. It's because I'm very spazzy and I'll drag my fingers or my cardstock through there, so I don't want to do that. So I'm just grabbing the white. Now, white is a different color than all the other inks that we have. Let me just hold that up. It's a pigment ink. You need that real saturation of ink in order to make it show up on any cardstock, but it also means that it's wet. So if I touch this right now, it's going to smear. So I'm going to just leave it for a few minutes while I'm working on the rest of the card and let it dry. You could use a heat tool to dry it. You could also put embossing powder on here and use it as an embossing ink because it is wet, like I said. So it comes with its own little ink refill. I should have grabbed that to show you. Can I grab it quickly? Oh, yeah, I see it. Hold on. It comes like this. And then you actually fill up the pad when you get it. Probably about a third of the ink bottle will do it. And then you've got the ink refill to refill it up as well. It's a different consistency too. The pad, it's really spongy, as you'll see. Anyways, that's a quick introduction to white. I do love white. And it's just very subtle, as you can see, but it really brings through the look of that paper, right? Okay, moving along here. And I've got this tag that I've cut out, and I used these dies here. They are tailor-made tags. They're in the catalog, and so they've got all these nice little tags, and then they've even got the little reinforcement that you could punch out to put over the hole. I didn't do that. I'm just using the tag, and I'm going, because I'm trying to keep this card simple, and I'm going to use Lost Lagoon. So this is an example of a card that's going to look really complicated, but it's not. So I love cards that look like that. It looks like you spent hours and hours on them, but they're very simple. So large stamp set. So I'm inking upside down this time just to make sure I get it all nicely covered. I'm going to turn this tag this way so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm not going to get it all on there, of course, because it's big. I'm going to press down, make sure I get it all. So look at that. Absolutely stunning. With the Lost Lagoon. I love it. Okay. And I'm going to take this little wee piece. This has also got some stitching on it. I'm hoping you can see it okay. It is from this set of dies. So it's the second one in. And it is called Stylish Shapes. If you said to me, Jen, pick one set of dies that you really love, this would be the one. Okay. Stylish Shapes. Really nice. Okay, and I also have another little die cut. I did all these ahead of time. Sometimes I bring in the machine and show you, but because I had 3 different pieces, I decided I would just do them ahead of time. This is this die here. Of course, my nails won't let me pick it up. You see what I mean? That one there. And it is called Radiating Stitches. It's one of the online exclusives, so it's only available online. You won't find these ones in the catalog. So they're kind of fun. So I'll put a link to all that stuff in here. Okay, so while I've got the Lost Lagoon out, I'm going to take this little teeny tiny piece and stamp it. Whoops, that's a little offset. I've got another one here. Let me just grab that. It's hard for me to see and get the camera to see too. There we go. Okay, again, I'm going to close this up. Colleen says, love the DSP. The colors are great. Nancy says, I actually got on the live today. Woohoo! And hello, Paulette. Okay. So don't forget too, if you do miss a live, you can always catch it later because I always have them saved. You can just go to my YouTube channel and it'll be there. Okay, I'm going to add some seal onto the back of this little guy here, and I'm going to put it on top of the, I don't know if I showed you that piece, how awesome it looks when it's done. The radiating stitches. You're not going to be able to see that as well because I'm going to be covering it up a little bit, but it just gives it a little bit of definition and interest. So again, let me just get the camera to focus on there. So very pretty little accent piece. Okay, so we're gonna do something fun here with the ribbon. I'm gonna cut off a piece here, and I have one pair of scissors that I have stuff on them, a little charm, because I like to keep them only for ribbon so that it stays nice and sharp. And I'm going to take my Take a Pick tool, which I use for everything, but you might notice I have a different end in it. Actually, here's what the end normally looks like that I have in it. this, you know what, that's not going to show up on the camera. Hold on, let me put it against something. So this one is the sharp end that I often use to poke holes, or to, this one here, or to attach embellishments. And this one here does come off. And it's also got this little spatula, which is also good for doing gems. And this is an additional one you can get. It is, pull it out here, it's got stylus on either side. So good for scoring and also for poking holes. Let me just show you that in the catalog, actually. First of all, this little wish listy thing here, I'll make sure you have that in the online party, but it basically is an index of all the stuff. And so I want to look here, and I've got Take a Pick tool, page 145. Let's see here, page 145. So here's the Take a Pick tool. This is new, this one here. It's got a hobby blade, a rotary perforating blade. They're all here. I actually have it somewhere, but I could not find it before the live. And I'm just thinking that this little one comes with, I'm just wondering if it comes with the stylus. Yes, it comes with the stylus as well. So how do you like that? Okay, so here we go. All that to just say I want this to be able to poke through. So I'm going to go here and poke it through. That's all. Just so I don't rip the ribbon by using the sharp end. And then I'm going to take some, I'm just going to put my cap on there so I don't lose it. I'm going to take some twine cord. This is from the Elegant twine. It was in the last catalog and it carried over. It comes with gold and silver, so I want the silver. And we have Caroline. Hello, Caroline from Scotland. Oh, there's somebody from Scotland. Hello, Caroline. How are you? Thank you for joining us. It must be late where you are. Okay, so I'm going to just take, actually, I think what I'm going to do is grab a glue dot. So these are the mini glue dots, and I'm going to take my sharp end here, and I'm going to grab a glue dot, and I'm going to just stick it on the ribbon here just to hold the ribbon down while I'm working on this. I just put it in between the two pieces of ribbon. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a piece of silver twine. I like to leave it on the spool if I can, because then I don't cut more than I need to. And I'm just tying it around the ribbon. I cut this ribbon way too long, so you guys will not do that and waste all that beautiful ribbon. So I'm just tying it into a bow here. And so it's a big loopy bow, and I'm going to now just fiddle with it and get it a little bit smaller looking. And so just tighten up those ends. Okay, now I feel like I can trim this. Okay, this ribbon, by the way, is called Lost Lagoon. It's polyester ribbon. I'm hoping I can get the camera to focus on it. It's really pretty. It's kind of like a woven ribbon. It's really nice. Okay, so there we go. Again, these tails are way too long. I'm going to trim those off. Let's just put the front of the card together. I'm going to just touch this. It's a little bit of white still coming off on my finger, so it's a little bit wet there, so I'll just be careful. I'm going to start by putting a piece of white inside. I like to go a little bit along the edges, a little bit in the middle. So this is going to go inside. This just gives you a nice place to write a message. You could stamp a greeting in here too, because my card actually doesn't have a greeting on the front. Rare that I do that. Even that side is pretty, isn't it? Okay, and then I'm going to put the flower paper. I don't know if there's a right way or a wrong way. I feel like I want it to go that way. These colors are gorgeous together, that Lost Lagoon and Pool Party. Okay, so there we go so far. Okay, and then I'm going to add the tag, and we're going to add that with dimensionals. So I'm going to add, oops, I grabbed the backing right off that one. Here we go. And I will check your comments out there in a second. I hope everyone is doing well. I'll pull all those off. My floor always looks like a hurricane hit it after I'm done crafting because I throw everything on the floor. So this is going to go here, and I'm going to put it on a bit of an angle. So let's cut off those loopy threads. I really only needed about 5 inches, and I probably cut about 10. And I'm going to trim it on an angle just to prevent fraying. So very pretty so far. So you might notice that this card kind of flaps open. So we're going to fix that by adding a little closure mechanism. So I'm going to put dimensionals, and I want them to fall on this side here. So I'm just going to be very careful here and know that they got to go right there. 1, 2, and I'll show you my other version after here too. And this is going to go on here like this. So the dimensionals are here. And then that is just kind of tucking that card close. So you can see it lays flat now, but when I want to go open it, it's just a little pull out to open. So it's a fun little closure. Isn't that cool? I love it. Okay, so let me just move all this stuff out of the way, and I'm going to show you my original one. And cap that so I don't lose it. Okay. So here is, oh gosh, I forgot the bling. Wait, we got to do the bling first. So I'm going to add some bling. Always add bling. I've just got my regular rhinestones here. So there's lots of new fun things, but don't forget the regular old rhinestones in the catalog. They are just there and awesome and ready to use. So I'm going to add a couple of those. I'm going to follow the pattern I did on my original one. That seems like less brain work here. Okay, so a big one and then a little one. So that's 4. So those of you who've been crafting with me for a while know you need to go odd numbers. So I'm going to add one more little one right there. Okay, there we go. So those are just regular rhinestones in the catalog. And here we go. Let's try this again. So pretty. And I love that the silver and the silver rhinestones really just tie in together. So there you go. Carolyn says the card is very nice. Thank you very much. And here is one with just another piece of that pattern paper. So you could see you could do many different versions of this. And certainly you could pick any of the other colors and do versions like that too. Nicole says she loves it. Paulette is giving tourist advice. Carolyn said she missed the first 15 minutes. Absolutely, you can go back and rewatch, no problem. Pauline says that size of tag would make a nice bookmark. It sure would. Here's actually another one that I have cut out, the smaller one with the more rounded edges. They're just really nice to put on cards, actually. They're it's a nice little embellishment, a little tag. Okay, so I think that is all. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything here that I wanted to tell you. Make sure you've signed up for my newsletter, because I will have all things about the party, what's coming up, you know, things like the sale, all that stuff. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you is this pretty paper. Let me show you that. I'll put a link in for the newsletter. This is a new set of, oops, it's upside down, of grid paper. And it's just got some really nice little patterns on it. There's the one I'm using right now. So this is just nice to cover your surface. I guess it's just 2 patterns, but it's nice. It's actually got a calendar in here, so you could use that as a calendar if you wanted. Like a grid, you could use as a calendar. Okay, I think that's all. Like I said, I've got some links I'll throw in the comments so you can go back and have a look for them. And thank you very much for joining me today. And make sure you like, comment, or share so you can get in on the draw to win the card that I did today. And I will see you all again next week. Thanks again for joining me today. Bye-bye now.